What happened to Bobby V? Born in Fargo, North Dakota in 1943, Robert Thomas Vellon was still in his teens when he formed his first combo, The Shadows, with his brother Bill and their friend Bob Coram. The trio were playing around the area when their big break came, which was at the expense of one of Bobby's musical idols, Buddy Holly, which was on the Winter Dance Party package tour with Buddy Holly, Ritchie Valens, and the Big Bopper heading to Fargo, but their plane went down in Iowa, killing all three in the day that music died. The Shadows were scheduled to play the date instead of Holly, and several months later, producer Tommy Snuff Garrett supervised their first recording session and the release of the single Susie Baby on Soma Records. Liberty/RCA picked up the single later in the year, and though it just barely scraped the Billboard Hot 100, the label kept plugging with V as a solo act, recording him on Adam Faith's What Do You Want, which also failed to chart. Bobby's original band The Shadows backed him on the road, and upon learning of the UK band The Shadows who backed Cliff Richard, the band changed its name to The Strangers. Early in V's career, a musician called Elston Gunn briefly toured with the band, and this was Robert Allen Zimmerman, who later went on to fame as Bob Dylan. With the collective might of the Brill Building behind him, though, V was guaranteed to make it. His third single, Devil or Angel, hit the top 10 in mid-1960, followed by Rubber Ball later that year. 1 year later, V had his biggest hit, Take Good Care of My Baby, which spent 3 weeks at number 1, followed by the number 2 hit, Run to Him. His fame appeared to wane after the 1962 top 10 single The Night Has a Thousand Eyes, due in large part to the success of the Beatles and other English acts. In 1963, V released a tribute album on Liberty Records called I Remember Buddy Holly. Also in 1963, American Bandstand signed V to headline Dick Clark's Caravan of Stars national U.S. tour, scheduled to perform its 15th show on the night of November 22, 1963, at the Memorial Auditorium in Dallas, Texas. The Friday evening event was canceled after U.S. President John F. Kennedy was assassinated that afternoon while touring Dallas in an open-car caravan. V was also a pioneer in the music video genre, appearing in several musical films and the Scopatone series of early film and music jukebox recordings. V appeared in several movies such as Just for Fun and Play It Cool, and he briefly tried to cash in on the British invasion with the disappointing Bobby V Sings the New Sound from England, but he also recorded songs by his early influences, like I said, Buddy Holly and the Crickets. V continued to chart throughout the 60s and even hit the top 10 again in 1967 with Come Back When You Grow Up, but after a brief attempt at more serious recordings, he hit the rock and roll oldies circuit. V continued performing live until 2011 when he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. In 2011, friends and family contributed to his final new recordings, which were eventually released as the Adobe Sessions on February 3, 2014. He had been in memory care, long-term care, which was to meet the needs of those with Alzheimer's. He was in there for 13 months in a long-term care facility in Rogers, Minnesota, just outside of Minneapolis, and eventually received hospice care just weeks before his death. He died in 2016 at the age of 73. And that's what happened to Bobby V. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Give me some facts about Bobby V that I failed to mention in this video, and let me know who I should do next. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video.